Hello and welcome back to Best Bets. What's going on? I am Matt O'Leary, joined by Newsday's Joe Manniello. Joe, how you doing today?
Doing good, Matt. How are you?
Doing pretty good. So last week it was a tough week for the both of us. I went 3-5, bringing the record to 28, 39, and 1. Joe, you went 2-6, bringing your record to 36 and 32 on the season so far.
Yeah, it was a tough week.
Absolutely. So, with that, let's jump right into it for this week. We're going to start with the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Jets are favored by 5.5 in this game. Who do you like here?
Yeah, it's one of those games you don't really feel confident about picking. Similar to the first game when the Jets were favored by 3 and they lost. That was actually one of my worst weeks. I actually took the Dolphins. They were like one of my 2 wins that week. I think I'm gonna go with the Dolphins again. I feel like 5.5 is just a little bit too many points. You never know with these Jets. They beat the Raiders 34-3, and then they lose it to Bengals. It's just, you shouldn't be surprised considering it's the Jets, but how could you not be? Because they look so great against the Raiders. But the Dolphins. The fact that they have 3 wins, Brian Flores. I know it sounds crazy, but he's not going to win Coach of the Year. Obviously, he should seriously get some votes down, like a 5th place vote or 4th place vote. What he's doing there is amazing. 3 wins with that team, and I think they're playing hard for him. They're not tanking. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he always seems to hang around in these games. So I can see the Jets winning, but not by more than 5. So I'll take the 5.5, and I think the Jets win like a 2017 kind of game.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially with Brian Flores. I think he's done a phenomenal job down there in Miami, and once some talent gets there, got to watch out for them. But for me, I agree with you. I'm going to go with the Dolphins plus 5.5. I think this is a field goal game one way or the other. It was a great point you made about the Jets. You don't know what you're getting on a week-to-week basis, and I just think this is way too many points, and I'm not all that confident heading into this game after the performance we saw in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm sure now they'll win by 20 points.
No, absolutely not. So with that Monday night matchup, the New York Giants against the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are favored by 9.5. Who do you like here?
Yeah, this line was actually 8.5 this morning, and it went up a full point when the news broke that Daniel Jones is probably not going to play, and it looks like Eli Manning is going to play. And I totally get that. I would have laid the points either way. Eagles are such an underachieving team, very inconsistent. But I just think this is one of those games where they just win by 3 touchdowns. The Giants, they've lost 8 straight. They've given up 30 points in almost, I think, 6 of those games. Their defense is just awful, and I just think that as bad as the Eagles have been, they lost to the Dolphins last week. I think they'll be angry, and I think they'll put on a show for the home crowd Monday night. And with the Cowboys, obviously they'll know if the Cowboys lose tomorrow, if the Cowboys lose Thursday night, or if they win, they'll know that a win keeps them a game back, or a win would tie them, and they play I think in a couple weeks. So I think that the Eagles, as bad as they've been, this is one of those games where they're going to win by. I see like a 34-10 kind of game. I think Eli Manning's got to be rusty. He hasn't played in a long time. He's 38 years old. He wasn't playing well before he got benched. So I just can't see this game being close. So I'll lay the big number.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I can't see Eli coming back and looking any sort of productive. Like you said, he hasn't played in a long time. And even when he did play in the first 2 weeks, he didn't really look all that good. This really feels like a get-right game for the Eagles, even though they're coming off an ugly loss against Miami. And I think losers of 3 in a row here for the Eagles. But even despite their bad record, they are still definitely in the mix for the NFC East, which is not one of the better divisions in football. I definitely think that they lay the hammer on Monday Night Football, and I think they win this by 14-plus points pretty easily.
Yep.
All right, that brings us to the game of the week, which is the 49ers against the Saints. Saints favored by 2.5. Who do you like in this game?
Yeah, this is the 3rd straight week that the Niners have been in the game of the week. They crushed the Packers on Sunday night, and then last week they lost the thriller against the Ravens on a last-second field goal. I think this game can go either way. The Saints are home, extra rest, play Thanksgiving night. But I'm going to go with the Niners. I think that I don't think people realize how good they are because, they've lost a couple games the last few weeks. But think about it, they're 10-2. Not only did they have 10 wins, which was tied with 3 other teams, but they had the 2 best losses in the entire NFL all year. A 3-point overtime loss on the last play of overtime against Seattle, which is 10-2. And then last week at Baltimore, which is 10-2 on a last-second kick. So, they basically have 10 wins, and they have the 2 best losses, which is, hard to say. I just think that their defense can get after Drew Brees. I think their linebacker play and safety play can contain Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara better than any team has done this year. I just like the Niners run game. I feel like they're the complete package, and I think it's gonna be a great game. I think it might be an NFC Championship preview. I can see going after the wire, 27-24 kind of game. Another thriller at 1:00 should be in prime time. But I'm gonna go with the Niners. I just think that they got a lot of weapons. I think George Kittle might have a big game, and I'm just gonna roll with them. I can't see them losing back-to-back weeks.
Okay. I went back and forth on this one a lot, but I think I'm going to go with the Saints -2.5. I agree with you. I definitely think this is going to be a potential look at a playoff matchup between these two teams. I think that these are probably your two best teams in the NFC. I know the Seahawks are right there, but I really like this Saints team a lot. I know they haven't looked maybe 100% to the level that they could be, but I like them. They're at home in the dome. They play a lot better in that dome. I think they win this one. I think it's gonna be exciting. Probably a field goal difference, but I'll take them -2.5.
Yeah, so it should be a close game.
All right. How about a best bet this week, Joe?
Best bet. There were a few of them this week that I considered. I like the Titans a lot against the Raiders. I actually like a bunch of the 3 of the 4:00 games. But I'm gonna go with what I feel is one of the best picks of the year. Patriots -3 at home against the Chiefs. It happens every year, December. Everyone's doubting the Patriots. They've lost 2 of the last 4 weeks. They lost on Sunday night against the Ravens, and now they lost at Houston. So everyone's questioning Tom Brady. Is the dynasty over? Obviously, the offense isn't the same. They don't have Gronk. They don't have not healthy receivers, but they still have Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and Foxborough. They've won 21 straight home games.
Wow.
And I just don't see them losing after. I love, you got to love back in the Patriots after a loss, especially on primetime national TV. You know how Brady gets when the whole narrative of everyone's doubting him. I think that, as you know, Patrick Mahomes is great, and the Chiefs have a lot of weapons, but their defense isn't that good. They're not going to be able to stop the Patriots' run attack. I think Sony Michel has a big game. James White has a big game out of the backfield catching passes. I think Brady has a big game. I think Brady and the Pats offense get going, score 30-plus points. And I think it'll be a close game because, Mahomes and all those weapons. But I like the Pats to win by at least a touchdown. So Pats -3, best bet.
Okay, I agree with that pick. I agree with all the logic. I'm not going to use that as my best bet, though, but I 100% agree with you. I'm taking the Patriots this week also. But for me, I almost feel like I'm getting suckered into this bet, but I'm going to go with the Seahawks -1 against the Rams. To me, they are the much better team. I'm almost surprised that it's a pick 'em. I know the Rams played really well last week against the Cardinals, but they've been kind of fraudulent all year. And I think this is a game where the Seahawks, can go in divisional game and get a win on the road.
Yeah, it's a tough game. It's weird though because the Seahawks they have 10 wins and it's only by 36 total points, which is the lowest. I read somewhere a tweet that it's the lowest amount of margin of victory for a 10-win team through the first 12 games. So they're doing that. They have Russell Wilson. They're an amazing team, but they're not blowing teams out. And I picked against the Rams the last 3 weeks. They're my anti-lock of the week. I went against them as my lock for each week.
Right.
And I only won one out of those 2 games, with the Ravens. But I lost last week with the Cardinals and then with the Bears. But just to elaborate on your pick, I'm actually going with the Rams because it's their season. They need to win this game. And I agree. They have been a fraud. But if you think about it, they played the first time they played. They should have won that game. The guy missed the field goal.
True.
Zerline on the last play. And if he had made that field goal, it'd be 9-3 versus 8-4. But I totally get your pick. Seattle, they never lose in prime time, so they're only given 1 point. But I can see it being another thriller, 30-29 kind of game.
Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a good game. When I'm excited for this one. But I thought maybe I was getting suckered into it, but I'm glad you kind of, in a way, justified my pick.
Well, no, I'm taking the Rams, but maybe you are.
All right, how about an upset this week?
This week there's a lot of big spreads, and I actually like all the underdogs. I like Redskins and Lions getting nearly 14 points, and the Broncos getting nearly 10. But I don't feel super confident about those games. But there's one game where I feel like an underdog is definitely going to cover, and you might be surprised. It's the 1-11 Bengals at the Browns. Pretty sure they're getting 8.5 points. And the main reason I like them is more about the Browns. Last week they lost to Pittsburgh, blew a 10-0 lead. You know that that guy, I was going to say the bad word. Freddie Kitchens wearing that silly shirt. Pittsburgh started it, and then Pittsburgh finished it. Their season's over, 5-7. My silly Super Bowl pick is definitely over now, and they're done. So their season's over. They're not making the wild card. There's no chance at 5-7. So why would they be up for this game against the 1-11 Bengals? There's no motivation for them. So to me, they're going to sleepwalk through this game. I'm sure they'll win, but I can see the Bengals actually winning the game. Andy Dalton's back. They're getting John Ross back. They no longer have that 0-16 cloud over their head. They'll be loose, have some fun. And I think it's going to be a close game, Battle of Ohio, like a 23-20 kind of game or 24-20. So I'll take those 8.5 points, and I think it's one of the top plays of the week.
Okay, I definitely like the reasoning behind that one. I too think I agree with you where the Browns have no reason to get up for it, and the Bengals looked pretty competent against the Jets last week, that's for sure. The one that I'm going to go with, it burned me last week, but I'm going to double down on it again. The Cardinals plus 2.5 against the Steelers. The Cardinals are at home. I liked them to cover last week. They did not, but I'm going to double down on it and hope that they're able to beat a Steelers team at home.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers only because, I don't know, I feel like the Steelers, Mike Tomlin's done an amazing job. He might be coach of the year with the third string quarterback, but the defense is so good. I just feel like Kyler Murray might have trouble in that game. But now that you're taking them, I'm questioning. I like the Steelers a lot, actually.
I don't know. If you looked at my record, Joe, you might be making the better choice here to go against me.
It's a weird spread too, because basically they gotta win the game. Because it's very rare that you're gonna lose by 1 or 2 points.
Exactly. So
yeah, there's a ton of spreads this week that are like 2.5, 3 points.
Yeah, there definitely is. I noticed that too when I was going through and picking games. And just to run through these real quick again to give it for everybody, we're both on the Dolphins plus 5.5 against the Jets, both on the Eagles minus 9.5 against the Giants on Monday night. Joe is on the 49ers plus 2.5 for the game of the week. I am on the Saints minus 2.5. My best bet is the Seahawks minus 1. Joe's is the Patriots minus 3. My upset pick, Cardinals plus 2.5 against the Steelers. And Joe's is the Bengals plus 8.5 against the Browns. Joe, thanks so much for hopping on again with me this week.
All right, Matt. Great. Talk to you next week. Thanks.